You seen the title of the video, you know what this is. Bleacher Report put out their top 100 NBA players of all time. I recently reacted to the Ringer's current version of this. Make sure to check that video out as well. But look, I seen something on Instagram that made me want to react to this, and we're going to talk about it. But these companies just need to stop putting out these lists, right? I feel like in general, a top 100 players list, I understand, is very tough to do. But yeah, we'll just get into it. If you like content like this, make sure to like, subscribe, follow, join our Discord. We do a trivia every single day for the month. If you win the entire month, you get an Amazon gift card up to $25. That's free money if you know ball. So check that out. Let's get into this list. I'm not going to waste too much of you guys' time because I know this is going to be a long video. I'm going to be honest. I got like 15 in and then I was like, fuck it. Let's just make a video on this, honestly. This is important, right? I feel like we should know why, not why, but like what qualifies a player to be in a certain spot on this list. Okay. So, who are the best? And after that, we had to know, we asked our NBA experts, writers, and editors to take a list of the 500 current and former NBA stars and whittle it down to their top 100 ranked. It's an impossible task, especially when confronted with the reality of comparing players from different eras. Stats help, but calculators won't figure this all out. Comprehensive list, everyone's ranking taking into account the totality of each, okay, this is important, each NBA player's career, so we're going longevity, cumulative and average stats, so total points, averages, awards, playoffs, championships, cultural impact, and overall greatness. So it's pretty basic top 100, right? So we don't know what exactly each writer values. I don't know how many writers are on this, but yeah, I mean, there's a lot of writers here. So let's start with Artist Gilmore. And I'm not going to talk too much about everyone, right? But Artist Gilmore, cool. Love the respect. Bing, love the respect. Now, this is where I'm pissed off, right? Because I know Draymond's on this list. This isn't the thing that set me off, but I'm a little pissed off. I feel like we're having revisionist history on this Warriors team. Klay Thompson was the second best player on this team. So don't have these all-time defensive box minus plus whatever the fuck stats fool you. Klay Thompson was the second best player on this team, so Klay Thompson should be higher than Draymond. Second best team when they didn't have Durant. Okay. I just want to put that out there. Okay. Maybe Draymond the last 3 years has overtaken Klay. I don't really know what he's done in the last 3 years to do that, but whatever. BK, cool. Dumars, cool. DeBuscher. I don't know much about him. Bill Sharman's a guy that was on the NBA 75 who I don't know shit about, but 4-time champion, 7-time All-NBA, 8-time All-Star. Someone had him ranked 51, which probably a Boston guy, if we're being honest. Tatum, I feel like could have been higher. If I'm being honest, I feel like Tatum definitely could have been higher, but still a lot to prove. I mean, those are some good stats. So 24, 7, 4, 1, like 1-time champion, 6-time All-Star, 5 times All-NBA. Like, let's give him his respect, you know? Supersonic legend. Big shots, Chauncey Billups. Don't hate it. Weber, sure. Let's keep going. See, like, I don't know how Draymond could be 10 spots higher than Klay, personally. I think Klay should be higher. Klay definitely should be higher to me. Someone had him at 43. Is this a Warriors fan? Come on, bro. Lonzo Mourning, love the respect. Tony Parker. See, I didn't get this far. I think I got to Draymond last time. Tony Parker's a guy that I think could have been higher. 4-time champ. One of the best, like, if he was on a different team, he's a 25-point per game scorer. Maybe not 25, 24, 23. I think could have been higher. Could have been higher. Highest ranked 61. Like, how is, okay, whatever. Sam Jones, go ahead. Dantley. This is a guy that, respectfully, I get. If you're an old school NBA fan, let me know if I'm tripping here. But didn't they trade away this guy so that the Pistons could win championships? Like, this guy was a hurt to the team, so they had to send him away. Like, Tony Parker, Draymond, Klay, those are winners. Tatum. How is Tatum under this guy? That, you know, I respect the old era. I'm not one of those guys that's like, oh, the basketball in the 70s is so much worse than now. And even though the 70s, yeah, it is. But, like, 80s, 90s, 2000s, I don't disrespect no eras of basketball. But I just don't understand on paper how you could do that. Jimmy Butler, love the respect, but Tatum is a champ. Tatum shouldn't be under Jimmy Butler. Bob Lanier, okay. Dikembe, this might feel low, but we'll see. Like 4 times DPOY, I think it's just him and Ben Wallace that have done that. Maybe Dwight too. I don't know how that feels low. Nate Tiny Archibald, go ahead. Grant Hill. Grant Hill was always a what if in the NBA, right? You know, how is this over Tatum? If Grant Hill has not been more accomplished than Jason Tatum, right? Jason Tatum's a champ, best player on a championship team. Grant Hill at no point in his career could have been that, and I know he had tragic injuries and stuff, but then, like, I know Derrick Rose isn't going to be on this list, so, okay. Paul George, that's high too. Tatum over Paul George. I don't get it. I don't get it. But okay, I think this is the first guy that, yeah, this is the first guy that was on everybody's list. So maybe that's why. Pistol. Okay, respect to Pistol. That might feel low too, honestly. As far as impact goes, cultural impact is a value that they said that they're using. Pistol Pete's one of the most impactful players in NBA history. Alex English, go ahead. Manu. Manu over Tony Parker? Manu over Tony Parker. That's what we're doing. Why? Because the 6th Man of the Year award? Are we serious? Come on. Tony Parker has a Finals MVP. I'm not disrespecting Manu, but I don't get how, if you were a part of this, Ginobili was good enough to play the point guard, right? Like, he could play make well. Tony Parker started over him forever. Like, I get Manu's sacrifice to be the 6th man, but if Manu was better than Tony Parker, then Tony Parker would be the 6th man we talk about. So, I just don't get that. This seems like one of those advanced stats. Like, that's what we're doing. MVP, Dave Cohen's, I think the lowest MVP on this list. Hal Greer, that's the name I was thinking of earlier. I do NBA trivia. We were live today. I was thinking of Hal Greer. Oh, wow. Okay. All right. While I scroll back, let's hear a word from our sponsor, Boom Fantasy. Baseball's in full swing this summer, and if you're someone who knows ball, you need to check out Boom Fantasy. You could cash out if you predict things like hits, strikeouts, and RBIs. Boom's the only platform you could cash out 500 times your money on just a 2-leg parlay. If baseball isn't your thing, the WNBA is also in full swing this season, and there's a lot of superstars making their names for themselves. I've been loving cashing out on Angel Reese overs because everyone's just hating on her. If you never heard of this platform before, or if you don't know betting's for you, use code RTP for a risk-free bet up to $100. That's code RTP, and it's the best way to support this show. Let's get back to the video. At 72, we have Paul Arizin. This is the guy that played with Wilt Chamberlain, won a championship with Wilt. Go ahead. Chris Bosh is 71. That feels valid. Now, this is a what-if guy, you know? So it's like if Tatum is over Bosh, right? But Bosh should be in that Grant Hill tier, I think. Wes Unseld, youngest MVP, or is he the youngest MVP ever? No. Only MVP to ever be a rookie. That's what it is. Kyrie, okay, we got some modern love. One-time champ, 2012 Rookie of the Year, 9-time All-Star, 3 times All-NBA. Again, I don't want to keep, this is the last time I'm going to bring up Tatum's name, unless I see something ridiculous. But Kyrie Irving over Tatum just doesn't make sense. Jason Tatum is unanimously, like the last, I want to say 4 or 5 years, a top 5 player in the NBA. Kyrie Irving has never been in those conversations, right? And Jason Tatum's a champion. So they had to trade Kyrie Irving for Jason Tatum to win a championship. Last time I'm bringing it up. Robert Parrish, respect the unk. Rodman kind of feels low, I'll say. 5-time champ, 2-time defensive player of the year. I forget he didn't three-peat twice with them. I like this. I like that Joel Embiid is getting respect. I bet he was off list. Yeah. But Joel Embiid is like, as far as modern basketball goes, shout out Jokic. Jokic is the best player in this era. Embiid is the most dominant. Embiid just, healthy Embiid, you give him the ball, it's like a bucket every time, you know? So, I'll show. How is Vince Carter over Embiid? Can someone explain that to me? Has Vince Carter ever been in MVP conversations? Real talk. Real talk. I guess total stats matter in this, sure. But has Vince Carter ever really been on that level? I don't think so. Dame over Embiid feels a little weird, but longevity, so I'll give it to him for now. Worthy, okay. Powell, okay. Big Bob. Melo at 60. This feels low, too. Melo at 60 feels low. I know he didn't really accomplish much in the NBA, but we all know Melo. We all know the impact of Carmelo Anthony. Tracy McGrady, I love the respect. We'll see who's above him before I start tripping. Willis Reed, that's respectable. Luka over Melo. I feel like it's common to put Luka over Melo. I just wouldn't do it yet, personally. Like similar playoff success. I guess Luka's been. Fine. Y'all could have that. Dolph Shays, sure, whatever. Bill Walton. I love Bill Walton, and I think this is a good rating. Shout out Bill. Shout out Big Bill. Reggie Miller. That's fine. I'm cool with it. GP. I'm cool with it. Dwight. Okay, maybe Melo is in the right spot. Dwight. Monster. Honestly, probably should be a top 50 player. But Ray Allen is in a similar tier to Dwight, so I'm not mad at this. Dominique, I'm not mad at this. Paul Pierce. I love this. Shout out Bleacher Report for this, man. Paul Pierce is the most disrespected star of our era, I think. Paul Pierce was that guy. He really was that guy. Just straight buckets. I seen a video of someone talking about how he'd average 30 in the modern NBA, and I agree. I mean, you look at guys like Luka, who are like kind of that slow game Paul Pierce had, but it's all talent. But Paul Pierce just didn't have the opportunity to take as many shots as a lot of these guys. Russ, love to see it. Those are crazy numbers, bro. 21, 7, and 8. Come on, dog. That's my GOAT. Elvin Hayes, sure. Mikhail, sure. AD, sure, he has a ring. I was going to say AD over Russ feels crazy, but he's got a ring, so I'll respect it. Okay, AD over Dwight, though? Sure. I guess I'm living in the past a little bit. We'll allow it. Mike and over AD is, I don't love that. I'm not going to lie. Shout out Clyde. Shout out the look, like this is a guy, right? Shout out George Gervin. And maybe I need to do a little bit more research on George Gervin before I speak too much on this. But how is this guy over like Carmelo Anthony, Tracy McGrady, Vince Carter? Maybe he should be over them because you see that point per game average, 25. That's a lot of points. But they should at least be in his tier, right? He shouldn't be over champions and MVPs and stuff. He never had one of those. One of the smoothest scorers, known for his finger roll. But why is he here? Because that's not what you're telling me at all. Maybe cultural impact. Rick Barry, go ahead. Patrick Ewing. Am I a Ewing hater? I mean, 40 is low. But maybe I think AD over Ewing. Is that a hot take? Anthony Davis over Ewing? Clyde Drexler at number 39. Sure. Whatever. Clyde Drexler over Anthony Davis too. If we look at accolades, counting stats, everything they said. Pettit, okay? And real quick, right? There's guys I would disrespect, like Bill Sharman, who I know nothing about. But Clyde Drexler is talented. Don't get me wrong. Like, he would be a good basketball player in the modern NBA. But I just feel like Anthony Davis is like that guy. Bob Pettit, Bob Cousy, go ahead. Rank them. AI love. Look, this is one of those non-champions that I'm fine with being this high because he was so dominant. 27 points per game. And he wasn't even 6 foot, bro. I know what the stats or the measurements say or whatever. He wasn't even 6 foot, bro. AI, shout out AI, man. I love this. Highest ranked 21, good. But AI over Nash for me. I know 2-time MVP, and they're valid MVPs too. Don't get me wrong. I hate when people knock these MVPs. Because there was a season where they won like 65 games without Amari Stoudemire. Like, give Steve Nash his love. But over AI? Maybe. Harden at 34. This kind of feels low too. I guess the playoff dropping. I always say, and we're going to get to it, I bet LeBron's number 1. I'm a Jordan guy because I think the ups and downs of your career should matter. So maybe that's like the downs. The Harden's playoff drops him for sure. Jason Kidd, love the respect to J. Kidd. Kawhi, love the respect to Kawhi. Houdini, fine. I don't know enough about him. 8-time champ, though. He was on those Celtics teams. Chris Paul at 30. Chris Paul over Iverson and Nash and Kidd. I don't know if I go that far. And Chris Paul's great. Don't get me wrong. Love Chris Paul. Thunder legend Chris Paul. But over Iverson doesn't feel right. Right? Am I tripping for that? Over Iverson? Like, counting stats, Iverson probably has him. Maybe not assists. But impact, Iverson for sure has him. accolades. Does Iverson has an MVP, right? It's like, how much do you value that MVP? 11-time All-Star, 7-time All-NBA. And honestly, when Iverson was playing, it was a lot more competitive at his position too. Chris Paul, his point guard competition for most of these All-NBAs is like Deron Williams. Who are the point guards between like 2010, 2014? Like Kyrie, Wall, all those guys are rookies. Stockton, get the fuck out of here, man. The best NBA YouTube video, I don't remember the creator's name, but it's a documentary on how John Stockton can't dribble with his left hand, honestly, and it's so fire, so well put together. That's an elite video. Scottie Pippen at 28, sure. Isaiah Thomas. Okay, real quick. Is Scottie Pippen at 28 if he doesn't play with Jordan? Y'all let me know. 27, Isaiah Thomas. I know that's a hypothetical. I like the Isaiah Thomas love, though. He's a guy that I would put over, like, to me, he's the number 3 point guard of all time. We're going to see if that's how he ends up. It's Magic, Steph, those two. I like Steph more, but go ahead, do what you want. I wanted to see the highest and the lowest for him, like where he was ranked. Elgin, damn, yeah, Elgin, sure. They win championships when you leave, but fuck if I know. Barkley at 25. Barkley, to me, is Iverson range, right? We just hype him up because he's on TV. He's a media guy. Giannis at 24. Respect. One of the most dominant peaks we have ever seen is Giannis right now, by the way. So make sure you, enjoy Giannis while he's here, because this genuinely is like a Shaq level run from an individual player. D Wade over Giannis, I don't love. I'm going to be honest. Shout out Wade. I'm a huge Wade fan. But over Giannis, just doesn't feel right. Giannis is dominating. Dwayne Wade was really good, and Dwayne Wade did it longer, but I can't put him over Giannis, if I'm being honest. Karl Malone, no comment on the boy. Moses Malone, shout out. One of the most underrated players ever. I'm not going to lie. Not going to lie. 3 MVPs with 3 different teams, I believe. Philly, Houston, and then I don't know the other one. Maybe it's 2 different teams. But either way, straight monster. Dr. J, respect. David Robinson. Now, this is a guy that I think Tim Duncan kind of saves his legacy, so Tim Duncan better be a lot higher. Dirk, love it. Love the Dirk love. Yeah, I would put Dirk over Giannis. I think you look at regular season success, and Dirk is one of the most successful players ever in that spot. And then he's got the championship, one of the most legendary rings ever. I'm cool with this. Jokic, yeah, cool with it. KG over Jokic, I don't love it. I would take Jokic. I feel like KG's kind of overrated. People are going to get mad at me for saying that because people swear by KG, and I like KG, but Jokic is him, bro. Jokic is just him. I've never watched a player this good in my life. I've been watching the NBA since like 2010. I've never watched a player better than Jokic this season. So, and I remember 2013 LeBron. Just putting that. Jerry West, get the fuck out of here. Once we hit this point, right, it's like these old guys, no disrespect, those are crazy key stats, though, I'm not going to lie. Oscar Robertson, you played with Kareem and you're a one-time champ. You know, I don't love this. Shout out the triple-double, though. But Russ should be in the same tier as Oscar Robertson. KD is a guy, right? As far as basketball, as far as impact, as far as talent goes, he is a top 13, 10, 5 player of all time, right? But again, like I said earlier, I believe in the highs and the lows. And KD's only championships came with... I hate to be that guy, right? But that's the case. He should be in the Iverson tier. And if you want to bump Iverson up more, go ahead. But he should be in the Barkley tier. These championships are not nothing to be, praised over. Let's bump him to 13, you know? Personally, no hate. Hakeem should be higher. Hakeem is the best defensive player of all time and one of the most talented offensive players ever. 2-time champion. Come on, man. Defensive player of the year, MVP, champion, finals MVP, all in the same year. Get the fuck out of here at 12. Come on, bro. Let's be so fair. And then this is what I saw online, and this is what pissed me off. Kobe at 11 is just something I'll never be able to get behind this. As far when we were looking at it, 12 times All NBA felt like a lot. 15 times All-NBA. Whether you like these all-defensive awards or not, 12 times is so impressive. 2-time scoring champ, 5-time champion. And then people say, like, the whole, oh, Shaq carried him thing. Kobe in the 2001 playoffs averaged, like, 35 points before, we just run with these narratives. 5 titles during his, but the longevity with which he maintained stardom deserves just as much praise. He's tied second most All-NBA selections all time, trailing only LeBron. There's a case to be made that Kobe is actually the most influential player ever. I agree. Older heads continue to worship at the altar at the Maniac. I don't, the work ethic stuff is just, not nothing for me, from a basketball. Top 10 status remains one of basketball's most heated. No, it's not, because Kobe is a top 10, easily top 10 basketball player. So y'all could get the fuck out of here with that. Kobe should be in the top 5 conversations. I got him top 3, but I won't get this. I'll never understand this. Someone please, because they didn't tell me why he's not top 10. Can someone please explain to me why he's top 10? Or not top 10, excuse me. Curry at 10, I feel like Curry could be higher too. If you look at impact, total stats, rings, MVPs, the only unanimous MVP ever. Come on, bro. Come on. Let's give Curry some fucking respect too. Cool, but he did it in a weak-ass era compared to Curry. So get the fuck out of here. And only 2-time champion compared to Curry, who had 2 in the 2010s. Come on. Bird is a guy that I feel like is disrespected too. Duncan is a guy that I feel like is disrespected. Shaq to me can drop, because Shaq, dominant. Don't get me wrong, but played with some of the greatest guards ever. I don't even want to sit here and hate on Shaq, honestly. Shaq is him, but I just can't. I can't put him over Kobe, man, because Kobe won 2 rings without him. Kobe is a better scorer all time than him. I don't get this. I don't get this. Bill Russell, sure, you can't disrespect the guy. Magic, I'd put Curry over Magic. Magic, bro, played with super teams before Curry, and whatever. We ball out. Kareem is a guy that I think is the most overrated player on these lists. I understand those key stats are amazing. The rings, the MVPs. First of all, Kareem's prime was the 70s. That's the worst era of basketball. The 60s had Will and Bill. The 70s was Kareem. The 80s was Magic, Larry. The 80s is when it picks up. Kareem played with 2 of, according to this list, top 20 point guards of all time in Magic Johnson and Oscar Robertson. So I just think it's easy for him, bro. It's kind of easy. And shout out the hook shot. Shout out UCLA, Lou Alcindor, all that. I think he's the most overrated player of all time. Someone had him number 1. Get the fuck out of here, bro. Come on. LeBron and Jordan. I'm cool either way. That's crazy, though. Lowest top rating, 2. Lowest top. It's probably this fucking Kareem old head that had LeBron number 3. I'm not going to get into Bron versus Jordan, bro, because I really don't give a fuck about it. We did it on the live stream just because I had my pops on, and all he does is shit on LeBron. I just wanted to show him as a Jordan guy that I could dunk on him. But you guys let me know at home. Am I tripping? Is this list tripping? Let me know. Make sure to like, subscribe, follow, but most importantly, run the play, join the Discord. Shout out Boom Fantasy. Run it.